second video. And like, side note, I didn't know you were supposed to like film videos back to back. So what I did was I did my makeup again, and I definitely put on the same shirt. So transparency, right? So this is a part 2 of how I got into $41,000 worth of student loan debt. So let's just jump in. When I first left off, I was at about $15,000 worth of debt. So in my undergraduate career, after like all my grants, loans, and scholarship, I owed $15,000 worth of debt. And I thought, hey, what I really need to do is go and get my master's, because you need your master's degree. Like, what do you mean? Like, you can't just be a social worker. You need to be a master social worker. So I applied to several schools. I applied to the University of Texas at San Antonio, University of Texas at Austin, and 2 or 3 other schools. I was initially banking on going to the University of Texas at San Antonio. I was like, it's so great. My sister used to go there. I really liked the program. They had a dual credit program, so you can get your master's of public health and you can get your master's of social work. And it just take, I think, 3 years instead of 6, like what it would with each individual program. So I was like really into that, but they waited until like 10 days before I was supposed to actually go to tell me, hey, you're accepted. So at that time, I was just like, I can't play with them. And I ended up deciding to go to the University of Texas at Arlington. So that's where I met a lot of my social work girlfriends. Hey girls, hey. And that's where I accumulated a bulk of the debt that I had. Well, I don't have it anymore. That'll be a separate video. But that I had initially. So I'm going to just put things into perspective for you, because I want you to know how education works. Now, I know everybody might think like, oh my gosh, I can't wait until I don't have to, use my parents' income for the FAFSA. I'm gonna get so much money. It's gonna be all that. No, girl. No, so I got more grant scholarships and aid undergraduate than I got at graduate, because when I was considered a graduate student and my parents' income was no longer a factor, all I got was direct, subsidized, unsubsidized, that's it. Wasn't no work study, wasn't no grant programs, wasn't no loans that, could be loans now and then forgiven in the future. It was like 1, 2, that's it. And I was shook, okay? Now, during my time in my master's degree program, I did an accelerated program. So since I already had a 4-year, I graduated undergraduate in 3 years instead of 4 because of student loans. I didn't want to continue to take out debt. So because I had a 4-year degree with my social work degree, I could be in an accelerated program that instead of taking, I think, 2 years to finish your master's degree, if it takes, it would only take me 1 or 1.5 or something like that. So they would count up to, I think, the last 2 years of your undergraduate. So they would count 60 hours and you would have to complete another 60 hours of coursework, and then you would be eligible for your degree. Cool. So I did that. Okay. And I want to say that I want to preface this by saying I graduated school early. I graduated undergraduate school early. By 1 year, came out $15,000 worth of debt. And I graduated, I was in an accelerated program for my master's, and instead of spending 2 years, I only spent like 1.5, actually 3 semesters. And I'm going to let you know a little bit about how the money worked out. So when I was at Prairie View A&M University, my HBCU, sorry. Again, I got $15,000 worth of debt. And I spent 3 entire school years there. And that's like 122 credit hours, whatever. I spent 3 semesters at University of Texas at Arlington. So that was about like 65 credit hours or something like that, because the other 60 got counted. And I accumulated, it's not funny now, like an additional $25,000 to $30,000 worth of student loans in graduate school. Like, I need y'all to hear that. Like, in additional, like, I spent 3 years at one institution for $15K worth of debt, and then spent half the time, 1.5 years, 3 semesters, at another institution and racked up twice as much. So that's $25,000 to $30,000. It was hard. When I was was doing my master's program, I had classes like Tuesdays and Thursdays from 7 to 10 o'clock at night. So I had 2 to 3 classes on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And then I worked Monday through Friday, 2:30 to 11. But on the days I had class, I worked from 10 to 6 to spend an hour in traffic to go to class, to be there till 10 o'clock, to leave class, to go to the library, stop by McDonald's and get like a frappe or something, spend hours in the library writing the fucking paper. Now it's 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. I have to go to sleep and be to work at 2:30. Like, it was stressful, okay? Like, I remember like going in, I remember like crying after one of my teachers, my research professors, was telling me and all my classmates that I'm going to stop reading your paper at this time, because at this point I'm editing it, and what I should be doing is like when I tell you, your girl was like, it was hard, but like, thank God that I got my degree and I got out of there. Like, thank God, like, I got my degree, I left, and that was that. So at the end of the day, again, I was in about $41,000 worth of debt, and I never thought my debt was a problem until I started to, sorry y'all, I'm not cutting this, I can't edit like that, so oh well. So I never thought it was a problem until I wanted to start like buying a house and making money moves and doing investments, until I realized, like, I always saved money, but I never really budgeted. So since I wasn't budgeting, like, I made money and saved a little bit, but like a lot of the money I actually could be saving or like making work for me, I don't know where it went because I wasn't budgeting. So like, I didn't really think it was a problem until I went to buy a house and I realized I had this debt, and then I was very focused on like paying off my debt. And I think I had started that like debt-free journey in August of 2018. And I subsequently did get myself out of all $41,000 worth of debt come December 2019. So I was it roughly took me 16 months to get myself out of $41,000 worth of debt. And now I'm like scared to even go get my PhD, because it's like, who gonna pay for this? And I'm not paying nobody back. Like, the things that I had to do to make sure like that I had the money for these people and that I was paying them off at a consistent basis was crazy. So my next video will actually be about things that I did to get out of this debt, and like side hustles and things like that. You ain't gotta do this. Like, some of them were extreme, I understand, but I mean, we can talk about that later. So anyway, this is gonna be a much shorter video. Like, comment, and subscribe, y'all, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.